drugs, entertainment,
Welcome to Sports, Drugs, and Entertainment, starring G from the Shop and Mark Walter Ward. Please subscribe to us on YouTube or wherever you get your podcasts from.
Your love is more than good, it's good, and then it's kind of fun. It's like staying up after bedtime when you're still just a kid. Your love is 2 for 1, it's sweet, and then it's kind of fun. It's like a whole lot of good things roll up into one candy like love.
And then who would be your first ballot, you know?
First ballot, AI Steph. So, recently Steph Curry passed Will Chamberlain for the all-time Warriors record, and somehow that led to some debate on who's better between him and Allen Iverson, with some people saying that Steph was better. I forgot who. Somebody said Allen Iverson was better. But, the one thing is that they both transcend their sport in different ways. Like Steph Curry changed the way the game is played, with the three-pointer, and then Allen Iverson changed, the perception of an athlete, made it okay to have cornrows, tattoos, rappers in the commercial, rap yourself. Fashion.
Culture, man. The culture.
Yeah, everything about it. That's why he gets so much love to this day. So then when me and G was talking about that, we got into talking about transcendent athletes. And I guess we was going to try to do a Mount Rushmore, but it's so many. So, how you want to get into it, brother?
No, man. I got a Mount Rushmore for my herb, but you know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to disrespect nobody else.
Yeah.
That's why I said do a first ballot Hall of Fame list. You know what I'm saying? You can have 30, 40 names on that motherfucker. I don't care. But in my lifetime watching is Mike, Deion, Tyson. What else I put on the jump?
Hey, wasn't it?
I don't know. I think it might have been. LeBron.
All right, so elaborate. In what ways did you find each of them to be transcendent?
Man, you ain't even gotta explain Mike, you know what I'm saying? But Deion playing both sports, doing the music. Deion still Deion in his 50s, still fly. You know what I'm saying? People still patting that game after Deion playing football. Deion is Deion, prime time. Fucking man, that's so. And then Mike Tyson, like he was beating people before he even got in the ring. That's my dog. Growing up, my age, watching him, man, come on, man.
And then look what he's done now. Like he's opened up the dialogue about mental health. And
then LeBron, he all in it, man. Proud to, like, that ain't even my guy, but proud to see what he do, man. He top dog, man, with all that off the court, man. With being on the court with the sneakers, he got the gear, he got all that, man, with the schools. He doing it big, man. So them would be my
ventures.
Yeah. But see,
he's definitely got to be the all-time greatest at securing the bag in the NBA.
Nah, Michael Jordan, because none of them would have that without Mike. Because Magic was doing it big first, and then Mike just flipped it and bounced it into it. And that's why everybody got shoes now, man. You know what I'm saying? Back then, everybody had no shoes. Like when that little Converse commercial came on back in the day, all them had the same shoe, just different colors. You know what I'm saying?
But LeBron,
Mark
LeBron had
Aguirre,
companies.
Larry Bird, Magic Johnson, Isaiah, all them, man, it was the same fucking shoe, different color. Mike, huh?
The weapon.
Jones was trash. All I'm just saying, man. Like, man, come on, man. Now everybody got a shoe. You look at the Nets, KD, James Harden, and Kyrie got a shoe. My son gets every pair of Kyrie's that come out.
So, I mean, LeBron took it past just having his own shoe, though, brother. LeBron owns mad successful businesses. LeBron has real legit production companies.
No, but that's why I said Michael Jordan was the first. Man, come on, man.
But
we're not even gonna get into this debate because I ain't even gonna waste my time with that. But that would be my top 4. But what I'm saying is, that's why you gotta do a first ballot Hall of Fame because the list too long. You know what I'm saying? You gotta put Muhammad Ali in there. You know what I'm saying? You gotta put Jim Brown in there. You know what I'm saying? Kareem. Who you got? Iverson.
I mean, well, I can definitely do a Rushmore my era for sure. Like, see, my fear, like you said, was I didn't want to slight nobody from the past because, like, it's hard for me to gauge the impact of a Jack Johnson. You know, homeboy that was the first black heavyweight champion, I believe he was the first black professional boxing champion in the U.S. Went to prison for transporting a white woman over state lines, beat it, kept the title. Used to fight like 30-round boxing matches outside in 100-degree heat. But so some of that shit is hard to gauge for me. You know, like Spencer Haywood would get a mention for making, you know, the hardship rule, which allowed underclassmen to come out. You know, Curt Flood in baseball started free agency. So it's kind of like hard for me to gauge stuff like that. Like John Carlos and Tommy Smith with the Black Power salute at the 6-day Olympics. Because I didn't see
that. But that's a moment. You know what I'm saying? That's an all-time moment. Transcendent, like, man, they definitely put that shit on the line.
I mean, it transcended sport though because it caused a global conversation and how race was treated in America.
So, no, I mean, but look at it. Look at it still now. Look at it still now. Motherfuckers getting mad and shit about kneeling and all that. You know what I'm saying? I respect all what them two dudes did, man. You know what I'm saying? Because back then, you never know what the fuck would have happened.
I mean, that shit was awesome. They was getting death threats and all that.
All that, man. But I'm saying, like, you know what I'm saying? Tiger Woods. Ain't nobody thinking about no motherfucking golf, man. Around the way, man, until Tiger Woods, man. And it don't even matter how Tiger Woods even consider himself. We claim his ass when he doing when he being Tiger. You know what I'm saying? And Pele for soccer. You know what I'm saying? Because back in the day, I learned about Pele early. You know what I'm saying? Like that Gretzky for hockey.
Word.
And you want to talk about starting shit like Bo Jackson. You know what I'm saying?
He definitely
one of the greatest athletes ever. But then on top of flipping and bouncing into the shoes, all that with the Nikes, man.
Word. So in my lifetime, my Mount Rushmore by far, like these was easy to me. Number 1, I got Floyd Mayweather. Just because if you want to talk about transcendent, he showed combat sport athletes that they can promote themselves and get their own check. And so many people's following in that footsteps. This man was when he was Pretty Boy Floyd, he was a knockout artist, developed I don't know if it's an arthritic condition in his hands, but has brittle hands for whatever reason, realized that he couldn't draw the excitement to generate money. So just started talking mad shit and became the best defensive fighter ever. While he severed all ties with promotions and created his own successful promotions. I mean, you speak of the blueprint. I've seen so many people follow that, from Oscar De La Hoya to retired MMA people starting their own MMA promotions. Serena Williams.
Yeah, Serena definitely up there.
Again, about making America confront things. I think Serena's made America confront its standards of beauty, the way it treats Black women, the way Black athletes are perceived. I mean, some of the hatred she's received in tennis. And then, like you said, like Tiger Woods, you know, she made people that never gave a fuck about tennis give a fuck about tennis. And I mean, and she's dealt with like real live race situations in Europe that's reminiscent of segregation, civil rights shit, and just came through that shit winning. You know, like she shut them all. You know how they
Serena
say
the GOAT.
She killed them with dominance.
She the GOAT. No, she the GOAT.
So
from Compton.
He's definitely on my top 4. Then I got Steven Jackson, just for how. I mean, I kind of feel like Steven Jackson been the voice for people like me. How much he's done with the social justice. I never thought I'd see athletes that were quote unquote not good team guys get jobs in the media. And now to the point that, because, you know, I went to prison for marijuana, and now he's making it cool to smoke weed on Showtime. So that means that my kids probably won't go to prison for marijuana. So to me, that's transcendent.
He was a good teammate.
Yeah, I know, but to the media, you know, he's always causing.
No,
I know he's a great teammate.
No.
We talk about Captain Jack. Perception-wise.
That ain't a perception. You buttering that shit up. They perceive him as a motherfucking thug.
Yeah.
No, don't sugarcoat the shit. You know what I'm saying? That's Jack. That's my guy, man. Man, he all the teams he played on, man. His teammates love him, man. You see how that by him? He went to war, man, in the malice at the palace, man. When he seen Brown, man, man. He's a great teammate. Steven Jackson was a great teammate, and the media want to put out there, but they can't help. See, that's how you know you're doing something right when they hating on you. I'm telling you, man. And he winning. He winning, man. I like how you put that. Like, that's why I was interested on why you put Steven Jackson on that so high, and that definitely. And I fucked with him before he was doing all that because I liked his game.
Yeah, me too.
McDonald's All-American too, man. I had to go to JUCO.
The Kobe had the more points.
He had the most. Yeah. Hooping, man. He a dog, man.
And he got a song with most Texas rap legends, which I admire. And then fourth on my personal, like you said, my personal, because you know it was just overall I'd have to throw LBJ and Allen Iverson, but personally growing up in DC, John Thompson II.
Yeah, rest in peace, Coach Big John.
Just talk about transcendence. I mean, he made America question the way the media even referenced the Black athlete. You know,
he the Malcolm X of DMV basketball.
Oh, most definitely. I mean, you want to talk about fighting against systemic racism? He did that shit every day while preparing. I mean, hundreds of young men to succeed in this world. I know that from firsthand observation that Georgetown remained a family after the players didn't play for him. He still helped them as much as he could. He was in the community doing things. I mean, it can't be enough good things said about him. I think people forget that he was an NBA player, backed up Bill Russell, got a couple rings. But
man, he was a father, man. Father, coach, teacher, everything, man. He helped plenty of people that ain't play on his team get in the schools, man. Rest in peace, man. Big John, man. Coach Big John Thompson.
And then this ain't no Mount Rushmore, or maybe not even first ballot, but I gotta give Ronda Rousey just for transcendence, because if it wasn't for how much attention she garnered in the small time promotion, the one be women's fights in the UFC, and you know that's become a huge deal in sport.
She definitely put the spotlight on the butt cheeks, man. She definitely did that shit, and now all these other ladies, see, and then all it took was somebody else to beat her, and then the person that beat her lose to somebody else, and it's pumped, man. They got the juice, man.
Hell yeah. Is there anybody that you ain't get to name yet? Because I got one left, but it's job personal.
Man, I definitely think before the dog situation, Mike Vick was on his way too, just like Iverson was, you know, in the NBA. Mike Vick from the same town, you know, was on his way.
Redemption story to be transcended.
See, you all emotional with it. Look,
No, I mean,
nah, man, nah. That's normal to us. You get locked up and you come home. Then you always looking for the deep shit. Nah, look. Before that, he was going his way to just doing this, being a fucking immortalized, and he still is semi with his skill set. To like the newer players is hip to Mike Vick. You know what I'm saying? But like that's why Sean Taylor was on his way to being that.
He was.
You know what I'm saying? Because 21, my son gets some shoes that look like what Sean T had on. These are Sean Taylors. Man, I want to put the tape on his face mask and everything just like Sean T. Everybody come to the Redskins, they want to play, they want to wear 21. Fuck no. But they showing homage because they might know he was that dog, man.
Yeah, like that.
You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of them, you know what I'm saying? Kobe definitely. You know what I'm saying? Kobe made it cool. He wanted to go try to learn French and shit.
Write fantasy books, all that good shit.
You know what I'm saying? Kobe, man. Rest in peace, Kobe. That shit hurt every day. But yeah, man. I had more people on the list, but you named a lot of them. You know what I'm saying? You named a lot of them that I had on there, so I ain't even mad at that. You know, I'm sure we missing some. I apologize. I put it in the comments.
I mean, at least you named some hockey and stuff. Like a lot of that stuff, I just don't know because I'm not super hip to baseball and soccer and things like that.
Yeah, Agassi.
Yeah, for sure. That's a good one.
Agassi with the sneakers too, man. With the man,
and the colorful shit in tennis. Yeah, definitely.
Nah, because he was doing the Nike, he was doing the cameras.
Yeah,
man. Them endorsements, Michael Jordan started all that. They was all under that umbrella, man. But you know what I'm saying? I always watched tennis. You know what I'm saying? I always been watching tennis.
You ever used to play tennis? Did you ever play tennis at the park?
All I played was basketball, and then I played football when we was outside. That's it.
Got you. I ain't never seen so much people playing tennis. I played that shit with Armstead Ellison and Mother one time. That's about the only time I ever played tennis in my life. The last one I wanted to say was Thomas Hollywood Henderson. Man, seeing that you just hit me with being emotional. But he was a cat who was on the Cowboys, and he got real bad off into drugs. And he turned his life around. And right, like when I was getting married, my wife, she was literally getting fitted for a dress, and I wasn't sober yet, but I was trying to get sober. And I went to this used bookstore, and they had this wild Thomas Hollywood Henderson book, Confessions of a Something Casualty. I got it. I should have got it out. But it was just his story. And unfortunately, he was an addict real bad. And unfortunately, I recognize a lot of his behavior in myself. And I ain't never much like the meetings because, I had to go to them shits for parole and probation. And I ain't gonna get into it, but them shits just ain't for me. So I used to read this book over and over when I got sober and watch NBA and exercise. So Thomas Hollywood Henderson was a transcendent for me personally for that reason.
Yeah, and like I said, you always go deep into that shit. I ain't mad at you. Ken Griffey Jr., man.
Yeah.
Ken Griffey Jr., man. That's another one I couldn't think of. It was and Ric Flair, man. Ric Flair for me round out my list. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, if we include the wrestlers, then we gotta throw a couple more in. I mean, like whether you like them or
You
not.
can do what you like. Do what you like. But Ric Flair,
Andre the Giant.
Ric Flair. See, you just be rambling sometimes because I tell you, Ric Flair is the baddest motherfucking talking in sports ever. That's what you talking about. Floyd Mayweather talking that shit, man. Ric Flair is the GOAT of anybody, any sport. Conor McGregor, a bad motherfucker too. He good. He slick with it, but Ric fucking Flair, man, the dirtiest player in the game, man, the GOAT.
And that's funny. Me and my wife was talking about where Conor McGregor ranks in UFC legacy, and we was like, he don't compare to like John Jones and Anderson Silva for
shit. He was selling more than all of them.
Well, see, that's why I said though. I told her it's called prize fighting. He was the first person to have 2 titles at once, and he's by far the greatest ever securing the bag in the history of the UFC. Like it's not even a question. Like number 2 money wise is way behind him. I think
he Floyd and Tyson mixed together, man.
Yeah, he gotta get a win though. If he lose another one, it's probably pretty much the end of that train.
No, it ain't, because he talked too well, and he's still a draw. And if he willing to fight, fuck it. People still gonna pay. People paid all that money to watch Roy and Mike Tyson fight at 50-something. You think people just paid to see the YouTube dude knock out dude from the UFC, man? Come on, man.
Yeah, but G, if he wins, like he can get back to the level of getting like, you know, more than $100 million a fight. If he loses, then he's probably gonna be stuck at the 10 million range after the pay-per-view numbers come in. I'm not doubting he can be profitable, but if he goes on a winning streak, he can become vastly profitable. And
who knows? He might be honing some motherfucking young talent to do what Floyd doing, man. You know what I'm saying? So.
Oh, I got faith. That's one.
He a dog.
He only 30.
We talking about talking that shit, and Ric Flair is the GOAT. But like I said, Conor McGregor, motherfucking up there with some of the best.
Sugar Ray, Roy Jones Jr. They transcended too. Sugar Ray Leonard. Clark in the water.
In the water.
Yeah, but you're right though, bro. We can probably sit around and think about them forever. You got any final thoughts on the transcendence? And next time we have a subject, I promise I will be neither deep or emotional.
Nah, do what you do. You ain't mad at it. Man, you gotta pull your heart out on every joke, man. Every joke, man, is you got a story, and then it come down to you reading some book, and it's gonna change.
Hey, no one's half the battle.
Motherfucker, I ain't mad at you, Bill Weathers, man. Rest in peace, man.
That's it. No more transcendence.
Nah, I can't, man. Like we can come back to it, but like, man, I done named all my top dogs that I really could come off. You know what I'm saying? Like, but
yeah, me too.
Man, Shaq to end it out, man. Shaq to end it out, man, for real. Cause Shaq made it. Big dudes don't sell shoes, and Shaq was selling shoes and still is selling shoes. He done sold more of them cheap shoes than anybody sold any shoes. So Shaq done figured it out. He on all the commercials. He's still getting all the endorsements. Got the best little post and pregame show. Come on, man. Platinum rapper.
Hey, I got a super fact about Shaq. But before they reunited after the beef, like in 2011 or whatever, you know, up until that point, Shaq was the only person to make a song with Jay-Z and Nas on the same song. And then when the album came out, at the time, both of them told him they didn't want to be on the song together, so he had to pick, and he put out the version that had Nas on it, not Jay-Z. But on the old Clue tapes, you can hear the full version. And he did a song with Big, so yeah, it's definitely no better place than with Shaq. Well, on that note, G from the Shop, follow him on Instagram at G from DA Shop. Mark Waldo Ward at Mark Waldo Ward, SDE, Superfacts Network.
The Superfacts Network, home of Jump Pop, SDE, and the Superfacts Show. Now available on YouTube or wherever you get your podcasts from. Come check out St. Laz, G from the Shop, and Mark Walter Ward.